of the 248 years of the Marine Corps. This is a very important part of the ceremony. Please pay attention.
General John A. Lejeune birthday message. On November 1st, 1921, John A. Lejeune, 13th Commandant of the Marine Corps, directed that a reminder of the honorable service of the Corps be published by every command to all Marines throughout the globe on the birthday of the Corps. Since that day, Marines have continued to distinguish themselves on many battlefields and foreign shores, in war and peace. On this birthday of the Corps, therefore, in compliance with the will of the 13th Commandant, Article 38, United States Marine Corps Manual, edition of 1921, is republished as follows. On November 10, 1775, a Corps of Marines was created by a resolution of the Continental Congress. Since that date, many thousand men have borne the name Marine. In memory of them, it is fitting that we, who are Marines, who should commemorate the birthday of our Corps by calling to mind the glories of its long and illustrious history. The record of our Corps is one of which will bear comparison with that of the most famous military organizations in the world's history. During 90 of the 146 years in its existence, the Marine Corps has been in action against the nation's foes. From the Battle of Trenton to the Argonne, Marines have won foremost honors in war and in long eras of tranquility at home. Generation after generation of Marines have grown brave in war in both hemispheres and every corner of the seven seas, that our country and its citizens might enjoy peace and security. In every battle and skirmish since the birth of our Corps, Marines have acquitted themselves with the greatest distinction, winning new honors on each occasion, until the term Marine has come to signify all that is the highest in military efficiency and solidarity and virtue. This high name of distinction and solidarity repute who we are, Marines today, have received from those who preceded us in the Corps. With it, we also received from the eternal spirit which has animated our Corps from generation to generation, has been the distinguishing mark of the Marines at every age. So long that the spirit continues to flourish, Marines will be found equal to every emergency in the future as they have been in the past. And men of our nation will regard us as worthy successors to a long line of illustrious men who have served as soldiers of the sea since the founding of the Corps. The inspiring message of our 13th Commandant, let this mark in the hearts of all minds of all Marines. By deed and act, from Guadalcanal to Iwo Jima, from Incheon to the Korean armistice, its interventions from Lebanon to the Dominican Republic, and from the opening battles of Vietnam to the Navy's rescue, Marines have continued to optimize those qualities which are their legacy. The success which they have achieved in combat and the faith they have borne in peace will continue. The Commandant and our many friends have added their hearty praise and congratulations on his 248th birthday. Happy birthday, Marines!
10 November 2023, a message from the Commandant of the Marine Corps. For 248 years, Marines have earned a reputation as the most disciplined and lethal warfighters in the world. This legacy of honor, courage, and commitment passed on to us was paid for in sweat, blood, and sacrifice. From Bellawood to Incheon and Tarawa to Sanjin, Marines have stepped forward to defend our Constitution when others either could not or would not. Our history is filled with heroes like Chief Warrant Officer 4 Herschel Woody Williams, Private First Class Hector Caparada Jr., Sergeant Major Dan Daly, and thousands of others who performed acts of bravery which went unseen in the heat of battle. We stand on the shoulders of these Marines, and we owe it to them to earn our title Marine each and every day. Marines have given and have been willing to give their lives for country and corps in every fight our nation has entered. Our actions turned back the tide of tyranny in Europe during the Great War, defeated fascism in Asia during World War II, fought for democracy in Korea and Vietnam, and offered the hope of self-determination in the Middle East. We go to war whenever our nation calls, and in the interwar periods, we train, we prepare, and we innovate. We have chosen a life of service and sacrifice, an honorable life that has meaning. We sacrifice so our fellow citizens don't have to, and we seek nothing in return but a chance to be the first to fight. Most will never understand why we choose to attack when others do not, why we revel in being covered in mud, why we snap to attention when the Marines' hymn is played, or why we say, "Hurrah!" We understand it, and this message is for us, the Marines. As Marines, we live on a war footing because someone must. This means that we ruthlessly adhere to our standards of excellence, Marine standards, as we know this is best to best prepare us for the wars of the future. Our high standards are a prerequisite of professional warfighting and how we keep our honor clean in the cauldron of combat. They prepare us for the most difficult mission there is, fighting from and returning to the sea. Most importantly, they shape our unique Marine culture, which is respected at home and across the globe. Sergeant Major Ruiz and I are proud of all that you have done this past year to protect and enhance our reputation as America's best warriors. We hope you know that we will be with you every step of the way as we prepare for the fights ahead. We ask that every Marine, active, reserve, and veteran, honor the legacy of those who went before us by continuing to uphold our high standards. Protect your fellow Marines and our shared legacy. Happy birthday, Marines. Semper Fidelis, Eric M. Smith, General, U.S. Marine Corps, Commandant of the Marine Corps. So as you guys can see, we kind of put together a small birthday ceremony here. Diane has been gracious enough, or Mel's been coming here for the past 20 years, putting on some type of Marine Corps celebration for our birthday. It is customary at Marine Corps birthday celebrations worldwide to cut a traditional cake in celebration of the birth of our illustrious Corps. The birthday cake is traditionally cut with the Mameluke sword as a reminder that we are a band of warriors committed to carrying the sword so that a nation may live in peace. The Mameluke sword gets its name from the cross-hilt and ivory grip design similar to swords used for centuries by Ottoman warriors. The Marine Corps tradition of carrying this sword dates from Lieutenant Presley O'Bannon's assault of Derna, Tripoli, in 1805, where he is said to have won the sword of the governor of the city. As is our customs, the first piece of cake is presented to the oldest Marine. This year, it just so happens that Mel, the guy who's normally here to cut the cake, is the oldest Marine. The first piece of cake is presented to the oldest Marine, signifying the honor and respect according to experience and seniority. The oldest Marine this evening is Mel Mazzaros, 84 years old, who was born October 19, 1931. Symbolically, the eldest Marine present passed a piece of cake to the youngest Marine present, just as for 248 years, our experienced Marines have nurtured and led young Marines that will fill our ranks and renew our corps. The youngest Marine present this evening is Oliver Fraser, 32 years old, who was born May 20th, 1991.